baby blue. Yeah, those baby blue. A broken man without a path. A vagrant aimless without a mouth. Took 2 long breaths and just one more till my lungs couldn't hold another. For you and me. And those baby blues. Yeah, those baby blues. Those baby blues. Yeah, those baby blues. A broken man without a path. A vagrant aimless without a mouth. Some kisses your cheek and then grazes your neck. Makes my lips so damn jealous. For you and me.
Yeah, what is up, 24/7 Buff Pandemonium? It's your guy, Swank. It is Tuesday night. It is 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, 8:32. Sorry about it. And you are watching the K-Gun Report right here on the Buff Fan Base Network. We have a great show lined up for you tonight. I don't know if we're going to have any Reed Boy appearances. Get your over-unders in right now. On time, we're going 9 o'clock over under inside track. I think I'm going way over. But fear not, I have the smoothest voice in Bill's podcasting right here on the show tonight. That's right, Ryan Thomas from the Thomas Takes Sports podcast is going to be joining us. We're going to talk about that big Jets win. We're going to talk about this primetime game coming up the day after tomorrow on a short week. We're going to talk about everything, man. Everything. So why don't you watch this intro and join us on the other side? Please come join us.
Hey Bills Mafia, this is Don Beebe of the Buffalo Bills, and you're listening to the one and only K-Gun Report. Oh, and you all know, go Buffalo.
Oh, I tell you what, RT, man, never in my wildest dreams would I think Don Beebe would be introing our show on a bite, but Jesus, here we are. You know, here we are.
Never did I think I'd have his phone number, which is even crazier.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the K-Gun Report. We're freaking stoked for you guys to be here. Season 6, episode 27, right here next to me. You know him, you love him. Co-host of Sunday Sessions, the Thomas Takes Sports podcast. Oh, that silky voice, man. That's Ryan Thomas right there. RT, tell them all about yourself.
Man, just a Buffalo kid turned into a Buffalo guy that loves the Buffalo Bills, loves Buffalo, loves the Buffalo man. That's me right here. It's been a journey. This is I cannot believe I'm about to say this, but this is the 10th year that I've had the Thomas Takes Sports podcast.
Wow.
It's my baby. It's been like a good nice warm blanket in the wintertime when the weather's bad. It's like, okay, I get some podcasting going on. We got through COVID together. We've had some highs, not too many lows, you know, so I can't say we've had many lows. So it's really nice to be able to, go into this 10th season, God willing, it's a Super Bowl season. Along the journey, I'd be a fool to not add this in there, but to have this journey is to meet great people. That's the best part of the journey that I've had. Meet guys like yourself. You guys are like family to me. You guys have seen me before Tosh, after Tosh, right? There's life is lifing, right?
The two sides of the coin of RT, man. Pre-Fion and post-Fion. Yeah, dude.
And I'm the same guy either way.
Really?
That just goes to show.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. You are my favorite couple, tied with Josh Allen and Haley Steinfeld, I think.
Hey, this is even crazier. Okay, and this was not. It was planned, but I didn't know exactly. So the day that Tasha and I got engaged was the same day that Josh and Haley got married. So I might have planned it. But hate to steal Josh's thunder. I think he might have stole mine. I think he might have stole mine.
Yeah, what the hell, man? He follows the Thomas take on
once I do meet him, I'm gonna say, dude, you stole my thunder, man. I couldn't even propose without your shadow hanging over me.
I'm glad you got a bloody nose, which I thought was really funny at that game. The way he's got a bloody nose. I'm like, that dude broke the shit out of his nose. Like, I mean, how many boxing matches have you seen where they jam Q-tips up in there? You saw them set it on live TV. It was like over the shoulder, and he's and you're like, it's broke. Dude's got two shiners, a flat bruise. Like, it's broke. Don't stop telling me that's a bloody nose, dude. Like
the bridge of his nose was a ridge. It wasn't a bridge.
Yeah.
It was like a rigid little bump.
It's a straight ridge. There's no bridge anymore.
Yeah. That's funny. You mentioned that too. Like, I've seen so many, covering MMA and boxing. I've seen so many guys break their noses. And my dad and I were watching the game. He falls. Josh Allen falls forward. He stands up and he runs off. I literally, before they even showed him, like on the sideline, I was like, broken nose. My dad was like, really? And then he ran off, and I just knew it. I could just tell, once he took his helmet off, it was like something's with his face. It's got to be his nose.
I thought it was his eye, and I was really worried about it. And literally, when I saw them like this I was like, oh, thank God it's just a broken nose, because there's no way Josh Allen isn't going to be Josh Allen and get that shit set and then come right back into the game, which he did. But like, I was really afraid it was his eye, and I'm like, oh no, dude, that's bad news. Like, he needs his depth perception. Like, we need to get this thing together. But we'll get into all that. I have to say, guys, we are part of the Buff Fan Base Network. Super proud to be. And as such, we are sponsored by 26 Shirts. Go to 26shirts.com. See what Del Reed and the gang got cooking up. The freshest threads, the best deals, the hottest trends. Look good, feel good. A bunch of that money. Over $2.3 million, people, since they started 26 Shirts. Donated right back here to Western New York families in need. So feel good about it. Go over there and give them all the money you got. Seriously, it's a great thing. We're going to be talking about this game a lot. Want to say hi to the people in the comments.
Love it.
We got Patty Hughes. What's
Patty
up, Patty
Hughes?
What's
I
up?
haven't heard from that guy in a while. Did that guy and me make a trade today?
I saw
That
it.
happened?
I was watching the comment. I got an email alert that said your ESPN blah blah blah. I got a trade.
Oh, you're old school. You still get the email alerts like me. That's cool.
Yeah,
I respect it. I respect it.
Well, I was trying to I've been so immersed in my phone and computers here with all the Rager, and then I did this benefit this last weekend and all this. It's just been nothing but. So I've kind of tried to take a couple days away from it, and but I got an email. I'm like, well, please tell the people about this trade, and then explain it to me, because I thought it was interesting.
Oh,
but,
always.
I was like, where is this going? Go ahead, RT.
Yeah. So just to paint the picture for you, I'll kind of peel back the curtain, as I like to do. So I actually wasn't really looking to make a trade. Like I didn't seek this out. I'll just put it that way. I saw that I got a trade offer, but it was like 6 hours after he sent it. I don't know if I went to bed or I missed it or whatever. I was like, oh, like ESPN did this little update and like everything is a square. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh, trade offer? Like, oh. And then I looked at it and it's me trading away Brock Purdy, who I was really excited to get. I like Brock Purdy a lot.
Yep.
He's actually one of my favorite quarterbacks to watch, you know, outside of Josh Allen, obviously. But Brock Purdy got hurt, you know, so it was like I'd be sending Brock Purdy away for Dak Prescott. And the main thing with me is I try so hard not to put my fandom of teams I like or teams I hate too much into my head. I just take try to take the best players possible. But after watching that Dallas Cowboys documentary with Jerry Jones, I wanted to just vomit from watching it, and it reinvigorated my hate for Dallas. Even though when I was a little kid, I loved the Cowboys only because I liked the helmet. You know, like how when you're a kid, you're attracted to like certain colors or certain shapes or things like that. That's the
why
only reason.
Dolphin fans, man. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like the colors, all that.
yeah, that's the only reason for that, right? So that was the only reason I was a Dallas fan. My mom had a huge crush on Troy Aikman. That's a sidebar. She'd get me like Troy Aikman stuff because she thought he was attractive and all that.
Yeah.
But mom's watching too, so I had to throw that out there. But but I thought about it for a little while. I'm like, I don't know if I can trade for a guy on the Cowboys, because then it would give me a reason to watch the Cowboys, and they're on prime time enough. So it's like, okay, if they're on prime time, it would give me a reason to watch them, even though I don't want to watch them, but Brock Purdy's hurt. So I basically took what I could get for a player that was hurt, and I didn't want to dip into like the Daniel Jones waiver wire well of Trevor, you know, all those waiver wire. Aaron Rodgers is still out there in this league. So it's like, I don't want those guys. I want somebody that's at least a quality starter, which I would consider Dak for fantasy, at least, to be a quality starter. So yeah, it got my wheels turning on, you know, on that trade, and I accepted. So Pat said, you know, thanks for accepting. Good to know that you're willing to make trades. It's like, well, you sent the offer, man. I didn't send it to you. You sent it to me. I'll look it over. If it makes sense, you know, I'll accept it. You know, so that's just the way it was. That's the way it went.
And that's the way the story goes. Yeah, it was just funny. Like I was like that. Those are two names that I did not expect to see flippy floppied, but it was pretty funny. Yeah, I made a trade in my guillotine league. This is my first year in a guillotine league, and my
really
buddy,
hard.
Yeah,
it is.
My buddy Kyle, man, his brother runs it, and I got in. There's 18 people. It's like intense, but I've made it through. I'm doing good. I think if I wasn't the top scorer this week, I was like in the top 3, so feeling good. Josh Allen is available this week. So I don't want to say and give away too many secrets, but I might have put in a little bid for him. We'll see what happens. But I did make a trade in my guillotine league this week, and I was very stoked on it. Kyle's wife, Alicia, she's also in this league, and she was in Brock Purdy jail. And actually, I can't remember. Man, her name on the, I gotta look it up, but her name on the league is really good. Like it's like, you know, a great fantasy league name, but very topical for Purdy's unfortunate events that have happened.
Yeah.
Purdy Did Me Dirty is the name of her.
Okay.
Of her team. So my buddy gets at me and he's like, hey, Alicia's got a little bit of QB trouble, you know. Is there any trades that you would do? So I looked at her roster. She was starting Russell Wilson. And I was like, okay. I have Drake May, which I'm not like super pumped on, but fine. And then I had Stafford on my bench. And then I also had Devontae Adams. He was like my flex wide receiver. She has Justin Jefferson.
Ooh.
So I said, what would you think about? And I don't want, you know, we're all friends and I'm not like whatever. But if you don't like it, look at my roster, see what you think. But what would you think about Matt Stafford handcuffed with Devontae Adams for Justin Jefferson? And it sat there for a couple minutes, and I'm like, oh man, I offended him or something. I think it's a pretty even trade, like whatever.
Not bad.
And he came back, and I was like, hey man, if seriously, like, not gonna hurt my feelings, and I'm not trying to screw anybody over.
Right.
And then it came back, and he's like, I think it just took her like 3 minutes to realize that like that actually was like a really decent offer. And I went and it was sitting there and pushed it through. So I got Justin Jefferson. So I was stoked. But I got Amon-Ra St. Brown, I got Gibbs, I got Justin Jefferson, I got McCogney. Like, I got a roster, dude. So let it. Like, this week I'm projected number 1. I'm like, yes, this is great, man. But it's man, if you guys have gotten into guillotine leagues, holy, is it fun?
It's wild. It's wild. I didn't do one this year. I did last year, and I had names that just should not be on one team by the end of the year. It was ridiculous.
Dude, getting that many teams together, and then like, you know, if you don't know what it is, man, it's like everyone against the lowest scoring person. They project out the lowest scoring team, and it's literally 17-on-1. And every week, the lowest points gets eliminated, and all of their players go on the waiver wire. And in my league, you get $1,000 for the season, and you can use that however you want to use it. But like, everything I've read and everything is, you don't want to spend heavy early, man. You want to try and like pace it out.
You might want to bump the bid up for JA-17 though. That might be.
I did all right on it.
You did all right. We won't get into that. You don't got to give that away, but yeah.
If I even bid,
right?
But,
you might not have.
But I was like, dude, if I have Josh and Amon-Ra and Justin,
filthy.
Like, oh my God, this is gonna be amazing.
So anyway. I have a dynasty team. To you know, sidebar, I have a dynasty team since 2021 that I have a very realistic shot. Like, all my buddies have said it to me, which means that they're aware of how good the team is. Like, they've given me the due, which is really hard to get sometimes in fantasy football when you're playing with your best friends, especially. But my buddies are saying, you might go undefeated with this team. Like, this team is loaded, beyond loaded. When I put it together and I looked at the weeks that players were on bye, I was just filling starters in with starters, like literally, like starting lineup players that are on 2 different teams in our K-Gun, 24/7 league are all on my team. Like, it's almost like a guillotine team. Like, it's so loaded. 5 years work in progress. Started with the first pick and took Allen, and it's been a blessing ever since. So it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Dynasty has been a struggle for me. I've been in a league. I think now this is my 3rd or 4th season, and with a bunch of friends. And man, we like, me and the commissioner, we talked about like how we'd always wanted to do one, and he started one, and I'm like, yes, I want in, and we're there and we're building. And I was like, drafting your first dynasty team is so much different than drafting a regular like snake draft, like whatever year-to-year team, even a keeper league. Like, it's so much different. And I did so many mocks and read so much stuff, and I'm like, okay, I think I had like the 6th pick, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna fool everybody. I'm gonna go for Josh right off the bat. Nobody will even think number 1 overall.
Gone. Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Rightfully so, to be honest with you. Like,
for sure, dude.
Yeah.
But it just like, it blew my mind. Like, and then my whole like thought was like, oh my God, I'm like a round behind everything that I'm supposed to be, because I'm thinking this way and it's this way. Anyway,
wild.
Enough about fantasy football. I digress. Guys, thank you so much for showing up. We got Patrick Hughes. We got Seth, who says he wants to see Josh Allen's butt over on X. Good for you, bro. I mean, hey, more power to you. We got
blame him,
And I mean, there's a lot of people that want to see Josh Allen's butt. We got Debbie Emerson. Hey, Mafia, go Bills. What's up, Debbie? Patrick saying 2-0, power of the O's. Hell yeah, we got a little video and a score prediction from my boy Pat later.
A little video.
We got Cookie Cook. What's up, Josh? How you doing, brother? We got Uncle James. What's up, Mafia? KC 0-2, Baltimore 1-1. He. I do appreciate the he's, man. And what a great feeling.
Very good feeling.
We got our boy Shane Backer. What's up, Shane? The amazing Paulette Brown. Good evening, my loving Mafia family. Let's go Buffalo. Hell yeah, Paulette. I heard that you're hanging out with Crazy Corey and Buffalo Spartan this last weekend, man. It had to be a fun time over at the Spartan Ranch. Corey says, what is up, Mafia? Great win. Had a fun time at Spartans. We even had a quest showing, a guest showing to G, not a Q, bro. From Paulette. Been a long weekend all over Phelps and Niagara Falls. Hell yeah. My boy Corey, I got to give him a shout out, man. I've known this kid for, he may be exactly a year at this point. He showed up on the stream via our guy, Lou RQ. And, he has just been like one of them dudes, man. He's like you, RT, like hit it off, knocked it out of the park. He came and helped us out with the Rager. He came and helped me out with my benefit this last weekend, brought his beautiful daughter to hang out and dance and all that stuff. And just really thankful, man, for Corey and all the good times and help and brotherhood. So appreciate you, dude. Reed's missing the 1 year power of the O, so I will take the over. Yeah, dude. You guys better, I think. So Scooter's got no power, and Jared's single dad to 9 kids tonight. I think his wife's got some big meeting or something that she's out of town for. So it was low to mild chances, but Scooter might get his power back. We'll see. I told him to hop on his phone. Start throwing him some messages or something. Get him going.
You're like, hey, I'm gonna text the guy that I know doesn't have kids, and he's been on this show before, and he's gonna come right on. I see. It's very smart. Very smart.
Yeah. I know you've been doing it 10 years. I've been doing it 6.
See, if I did have a kid, chances are they'd be like sitting on my knee with the headset on. Like this is never gonna stop. So
we got Doug saying, what's up, all you beautiful people? Love the stress-free Sunday. Hell yeah, Doug. Here you go. Corey, well, since RT is here live, let's talk about who's in first in fantasy, my boys. Corey is also very good for the shit talk on the fantasy group. And he's getting a little cocky with a little 2-0 start. I will say I am 1-1. But I only lost by a couple points this week, and my team, I'm feeling pretty good about my team. So
I gotta ask Corey, as I move my head, does Corey see anything in the background that kind of, get his attention? Is there something gold in the background, like right
is
there?
That the champ helmet from the last 2 seasons?
Yeah. The only thing that's missing on it, we got to get one of those name stickers with 24. Then my name would be on it 2 years in a row. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you need the double. Yeah,
Jerry, come on, man, come on, I need my sticker. But yeah, other than that, it looks really good up there. I plan on leaving it there. We'll see.
I'd like to bring it down and put it like right about. You see where that guitar case is? I think it'd be all right.
If anyone else should have it, I would say it's either you or Scott. Just or Jared's not in the league, but Scott or yourself should to add to the K-Gun Sunday Sessions braggadociousness. I think that's
it would be nice if one of the guys that started this thing would get it, but we'll see.
Scott said to me, he's like, man, I shouldn't have invited you into this league. I was like,
We got Buffalo Spartan. This is Sparta. My voice is still messed up. I had another show last night, so just a tad bit late. Mafia, mount up. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Patrick says Josh Allen broken bone equals MVP season. Yeah, I mean, I think he was there without the broken bone, but if you're talking to some Ravens fans, I mean, Lamar is it, man. Lamar, even though Josh had a broken nose and got benched in the fourth because they were up so much, and Lamar ran up the scoreboard with some garbage time TDs. Lamar still is the guy, man. I think the Ravens are going for the stat quest this year because they don't feel confident about beating our Buffalo Bills. RT, what do you think?
How many? I know the answer to the question, but for anyone that's a Lamar lover, how many pass attempts did Lamar have against the Bills? Over or under 20? I think it was just under 20.
Oh my God, really? Jesus.
It had like 19 pass attempts in a game against Josh Allen, which might have made the difference if they had more faith in the guy. That's a story that I'd like to maybe just sprinkle a little Little salt on that, little salty salt.
Little breaking news there. Yeah.
Mhm.
I like that take. I think, you know what? Culture, man. We talked about it last week. All this joking around about culture that McDermott's brought in, and the culture doesn't matter in a locker room and blah, blah, blah. I will say 9 seasons as a head coach he's going into right now, and all of the cast of characters that they've had rotated through there. And the one thing that is constant is everybody in that locker room loves each other and plays for each other. That has not changed and kept them competitive. I will send your direction to Baltimore, where they don't win these big games like that, where they don't really seem to be playing together as much as individually. And I think it's more about, we have talent, you don't coach talent, let these guys do what they do. Whereas Buffalo's like, we're talented. We might not have like the biggest name recognition in the world aside from like Josh Allen. And I think Mr. James Cook deserves his flowers as a top 5 running back in this league, if not a top 3 running back in this league. But I mean, star power wise, these guys don't have as many people as the Ravens, supposedly, but somehow put up more points against them and beat them in fantastic fashion. And don't blink, don't stress. Nobody's blaming anybody. Take responsibility for the defense not even not playing at their best, and then come back this week and completely wipe Baltimore Light, as they were trying to call Jersey, off the map.
Oh God, who said that whoever said that the New York Jets are Baltimore Light?
Yeah,
they might need to watch another sport.
Like, well,
honestly, when
it's like the most fantastic loss you've seen against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this is Baltimore like this rushing attack and this multifaceted quarterback. Oh my God.
Yeah, NFL Network. I can't remember who the hell said it, but yeah.
No one does it better than the Week 1 Jets, and no one does it worse than the Week 2 New York Jets. So I don't know, man. When the game's on the line, do the Baltimore Ravens put it in the hands of Derrick Henry, or do they put it in the hands of Lamar Jackson?
Yeah.
You know
what I think is funny is Week 1, Henry all day, right? It was Henry game, blah, blah, blah. And then Henry ended up, I mean, it's a team sport. I think this is part of like that culture thing that I'm talking about, right? Where it's like Josh Allen did not take, like, you could tell he was happy after that win. Maybe the most obvious that he'd been happy that this team pulled this out. But Lamar, not happy, fine. It wasn't about the team losing. It was about individuals. It was about this. It was about they did this, or it was about the rest did this, or it was whatever. And every single interview that you heard that week, I swear to God, the players on the Raven side were just, well, this and this, and it was all excuses.
Mm-hmm.
The Bills were saying, like, we pulled it off, thankfully, but we got a lot to work on. Like, even, you know, and that's like a common thread. And I think even with this game, we blew them out by 20 points. There's still a lot to work on. Like, that's the mindset moving forward. And I think that's how, again, this team seems to gel and buy into the culture aspect of things as opposed to the individual.
The sayings aren't just sayings. They're like words to live by, you know, like humble and victory, humble and hungry, championship caliber, playoff caliber. You know, he says playoff caliber a lot, McDermott, that is, during like training camp.
Yeah.
And when I first heard that, I'm like, shouldn't we be championship caliber? But then I realized as a coach, like, and what I've learned in my brief coaching experience, but I've learned it very quickly, was you don't want to throw too much too soon. Like, you need to compart the season in 4 parts, essentially, you know, in order to get to where you want to go. First, you need to win the division, then, you know, try to secure that 1 seed, then get to the AFC Championship, then get to the Super Bowl. Like, those are the ways that, you know, you got to like set that ladder, you know what I mean? That the steps that you have to take to get to the top, right? And it sounds so cliche, but I feel like that's what Sean McDermott did, not just this year, but year 1, where they made that play. They broke the playoff drought, for crying out loud, with a completely different roster. So
Tyrod and Shady. Yeah.
So I think that I think that people have started to notice, and I talked to Scott about this once before, and probably yourself too, maybe off the air. But I think Sean McDermott is a way better coach these last 2-3 years than he's ever been. Like
Yeah.
the aggressiveness, like knowing what he's got, obviously in Josh Allen helps, but knowing what he's got, like in James Cook and Keon starting to carve out a role, which is really great.
Yeah.
I'm just really loving what I've seen like these last 2 years as far as like the aggressiveness from McDermott that shows that he's got faith in his guys, and his guys reciprocate that, knowing that he has faith in them. So pretty cool.
Absolutely. And I think like he's not, he's a student of the game. He is not somebody that is like over the top about like, I know everything. This is what it is. It seems like he is willing to learn. He is more than willing to listen to his coordinators and his coaches and kind of think tank it, but not afraid to step in and say, well, actually, we're going to do this way. But
Right.
I think for the most part, he lets his guys coach and do their thing, and he guides.
Mhm.
And then absolutely, I think he has evolved, and especially, you're right, like this last 3 seasons really started to come into his own. I think you see a lot like offensive coordinators that get that job for the first, like the first offensive coordinator job you get, or like the first coordinator job that becomes a head coach or whatever. The ones that go in too hard, too fast, my way, highway, crazy
Fizzle out.
systems, you can't do it. You just can't do it. Look at Dable in Jersey right now. How the hell that guy still has a job after this many seasons? I have no idea. If Sean McDermott got that job after the first season, they would have got rid of him. Like,
Right.
It just like it's nuts. I know he brought him to the playoffs and he did all this stuff, but there is no consistency. There is nothing valuable besides Malik Neighbor and
Yeah.
right now,
No, yeah, I agree. And I was thinking, I look at Sean McDermott because he is in that Andy Reid tree. And I mean, look at Andy Reid. I mean, Andy Reid was in Philadelphia. I didn't know exactly how long Andy Reid was in Philadelphia till I had this thought, but I knew that he was in Philadelphia for a long time. He was there for like 14 years. Like that's crazy. Not many coaches coach in one place for that long outside of like Shula and Belichick and Marv Levy and legends, right? So the fact that he was there that long and then they decided, you know what, maybe it might be best for you to go in another direction. We're going to go in another direction. I don't remember him going to KC right away. I could be wrong on that. Maybe he took like a year off due to like burnout.
So. You're right.
He took a year off due to like burnout, and then he took on KC. KC was horrible prior to him going there. They were a mess, and he came in and brought in Alex Smith and drafted Mahomes and rebuilt kind of the I'd call them the Kansas City Eagles. Kind of made the Chiefs. Very very Philly-esque. With Mahomes being like the closest thing to a Favre McNabb hybrid from when I first started watching them. So, I mean, that's what really good coaches do. They're able to adjust and grow, and be humble.
Absolutely. It's been a lot of fun to watch. I mean, the most fun to watch since the 90s.
Yeah, for sure.
It's 9:00, guys. Want to remind you we're part of the Buff Fan Base Network. Super proud to be. Also sponsored by 26 Shirts. Go to 26shirts.com. See what's up over there. We have been talking a little bit about this game. I wanted to throw this up quick. We've been doing a new thing called 3 Up, 3 Down. I was trying to give. Oh, that's not the right thing. Whatever. The graphics somewhere, dude. It's been a crazy day. 3 Up, 3 Down. I want one player on the offense, one player on the defense, one player on special teams, if applicable, for an up, and the same thing for a down. Make sure you're putting yours in the comment, and appreciate you guys doing so. Big game, 30-10, easy Sunday. I was so damn tired after this festival that I put on all weekend. It was so nice just to sit there, order food, watch this game unfold the way it unfolded. I was off by 10 on the Bills score and 3 on the Jets score. I said 40-13, but I'll take 30-10. That's fine, especially with that garbage time touchdown for the Jets. RT, if you could, please let the people know who was your offensive up from this last Sunday for the Bills.
Offensive up has to be, without a shadow of a doubt, James Cook. You see the stat line there. 21 carries, 132 yards, 2 touchdowns, caught some passes as well, I believe. The run game was cooking with James Cook. This crazy, like, corkscrew run that he had, where he's inside, then outside, then way outside, then inside, then way outside again, then cuts across the right to left side of the field, was one of his best runs of his career. And if there's any Jets that I will give them credit for, it is like that front four. Buffalo kind of had a little bit of a tough time running the ball a little bit in the beginning of the game. But once they started running, I think they're running a lot of counters and some delays. James Cook, with that kind of quick twitch speed that he has in tight windows, tight spaces, I should say, he was really effective. And the stat sheet shows it. I mean, that is why we paid James Cook. Like, if anybody, myself included last week, like, I'm like, man, I just want to see him break a tackle. He broke a lot of tackles against the Jets, probably more tackles in a half than he had in all of last week's game. So he was really effective. It was really great to see him shine, and James Cook is my offensive up 100%.
Dude, I right there with you. I'll say that is who my guy was. But I don't take the low hanging fruit. I'll leave it for everybody else. James Cook was amazing, but I'll tell you my offensive up, and maybe for reasons not why he usually would be, is Josh Allen. Josh Allen played a role this weekend that a lot of people are like, where's Josh Allen? I'll tell you where he is. Right behind center with a broken nose, managing the game and winning the game in a different way without a flashy stat line. If you think that that's going to be a usual Josh Allen stat line, you are sickeningly mistaken. But the Buffalo Bills won without Josh Allen doing Josh Allen things. And that should scare the hell out of this league, especially after all the accolades that the Jets defense gets every once in a while. Baltimore Light, all that bullshit. Josh Allen still did his job with a broken nose, didn't have to throw 500 yards, didn't have to run for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. He still did what he needed to do. And this rushing game destroyed this Jets defense. So, aside from being a tough son of a bitch, he's also just being a guy, and I love it. So, Josh Allen was my up. You got an offensive down for this week, my friend?
Offensive down. There were, of any guy on the offense that I was just juiced for year 1, year 2, hoping for big things in year 3. There were some moments there where Kincaid could have caught some balls that he didn't catch. There were some moments that, it's not quite there yet. It's getting there between Allen and Kincaid. And when it gets there, holy smokes, it's going to be off to the races. That's another, talking point for this offense. But that was I just want to see that. I would love it if that happens sooner. I'm talking Thursday, squish the fish, last home game against Miami in the Ralph. I would love it for me to, 2 days from now, but there were some passes that I thought were left out there a little bit. And I think Allen would even admit that himself, that I just gotta lead him a little bit more. Maybe got to throw it behind him a little bit more, throw it out in front of him a little bit more. Little things like that between Josh Allen and Dalton Kincaid just aren't quite there yet. But I think they can be, for sure.
100%, man. 100%. Yep. I would agree with that. I do like this down from Patrick, and I kind of mentioned it. I don't know if it was Sunday or not, but might have to say Ray Davis not off to a good start for him. I'm wondering what is going on with Ray. Like, it just seems like he doesn't have his feet underneath him. He had a decent run and then slipped again this week, and that kind of seems to be the story of Ray so far, even from preseason coming into week 2 and heading into week 3, where it just doesn't seem like he's got his feet like underneath him. He's either getting stopped at the line or he's getting a couple yards and slipping. So I like that one, Patrick. Mine, Joe Brady, stop trying to kill Josh. Stop with these designed Josh Allen runs. Please just let him improvise and do what he does. I am so sick of it. Like you got the dude's nose broke. I tweeted about it during it. I love you, Joe Brady. I love Josh Allen. Stop with it. It just, they don't look clean. I don't understand it. Like if it's going to be a tush push or it's going to be a whatever, I just think that you can have a pass called and he can improvise and do that stuff on his own. And it is always at least 7 yards when he does it. Like, and
Would
when
you
he,
agree it's better for him to run during a pass play than these design runs? Like,
I absolutely,
yeah,
like 100%, because he's gonna get positive yardage.
yeah.
Like if he decides to do it. Now he's at the point in his career where I think he's willing to take the throwaway a little more, right?
Mhm.
But he's also not afraid to go pick up that first down and then some and shoulder a safety or a linebacker 5 yards out of bounds. So
Right.
to me, man, like just stop trying to get so cute with these up the gut designed Josh Allen run. Like just get the option, let him go and do his thing. He's so good when you do that.
Right as they did that design run, which was the play that he got hurt on, because they did it once before that as
Yeah.
well. But right when they did the play that he got hurt on, just as he faked that handoff, I was like, "Oh, what a horrible play!" Because the line was just bunched, and I don't understand it. You know me, like Swank, we were talking about this, in the Dable years. Dable would do this where he would put him on like an option play, and it's like he's not playing at Wyoming anymore, guys. Like we're in year 8. You know what I mean? Like this guy is the only first round pick out of Wyoming in NFL history, to my knowledge. I can't think of another one. Definitely in the top 10, no less. Like this is our guy. Like let's not put him in harm's way.
No.
I don't want to see that anymore.
No, me neither, man. Absolutely agree. Let's move on to the defense. A defensive up. If you don't mind, RT, I'll take this one first.
Mm-hmm.
How about that bounce back? How about Bobby Babich calling a game and that big bounce back, just wiping out Justin Fields as a threat, Hall as a threat, Wilson, unfortunately for my dynasty league, as a threat. Like, just, I mean, Trubisky had more passing yards than Justin Fields. This is a stat.
I almost like when you said that, when you said ups, I couldn't even focus like on what was going on with Allen appropriately, because as soon as Allen came out, Mitch Trubisky came in. And Mitch Trubisky, ice in his veins, just fires this beautiful dart dagger of a pass. And the look on Mitch Trubisky's face after he threw it, he was just like he looked like it was just any other day. I'm like, you go, Mitch. Like dust off that right shoulder. That was pretty badass. I have to admit,
man. I tell you, all that stuff with the quarterback competition and all that shit, and he comes in there, no warm up, while Josh is holding his face, running off and just throws a dime. And
I couldn't believe it. It was beautiful.
Real quick, if you throw your attention to the screen here, where I'm circling Mitch Trubisky, 1 for 2, 32 yards. I'll switch it over to the Jets really fast so you can see Justin Fields, 3 for 11 and 27 yards. So, yes, Mitch Trubisky did have more passing yards than one.
It's a sore subject even for me. Like I said, I don't want to let my haterness, hinder my fantasy team. I started Justin Fields last week in the K-Gun League. Yeah. It was a horrible decision. I should not have done it. I knew I shouldn't have done it.
It's early.
Why would I start a guy against the Bills, number 1, and number 2, Justin Fields? He's just not it. He was a late round flyer that, he probably won't even be on my team by week 5. So
week 1 is a lie, as they say. Who do you got for an up on defense?
Man, a guy that I thought played one of his best games last week was Ed Oliver. And he was out this week, obviously, so somebody had to step up. But Christian Benford, what a day for Christian Benford. He had a beautiful tackle for loss. He had a few deflected passes. He was flying all over the field, running deep routes with Garrett Wilson when they tried to stretch the field. This guy, I said it week one, he's the most underrated corner in the game. Like there is far and away a lot of great corners in this league right now, but nobody's talking about how good this guy is. And I'm glad, frankly. I'm really glad that not many people are talking about him because he's just flying under the radar, doing his job. And it seems like a great guy too with what he does with the community and everything. So he's a credit to the team, a credit to the community. What's better than that?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I love that kid. I love also the contract that we got. That was great for him.
Yeah.
Great for us.
Yep.
Yeah. He is, again, one of those dudes, like you're saying, what, the top 5, top 10 corner in the league? Absolutely.
Mhm.
In my eyes. I mean, he's amazing. I will say, man, Joey Bosa, we're getting a lot of votes for Joey Bosa, and the guy's got 3 forced fumbles in 2 games, leads the league in that stat. Nobody else has more than 1. So old man Bosa out there just wreaking havoc so far. Hopefully they manage that, and he keeps doing it all the way through till the Super Bowl. Big honorable mention for me, man. I thought Cole Bishop was playing with fire in his ass too, and even though that stupid play on the sideline, he came out shoving people, at least it showed some juice and that he was fired up and that this is what's going on. Then he got that sack, and I was like, all right, dude, like, you heard everybody saying that you didn't deserve to be back there. You heard everybody saying that Peppers should have came to the Buffalo, and you went out and showed them what was up after a tough week and getting your head bounced like a basketball against Derrick Henry. So I was happy for Cole Bishop too, man. Yeah,
definitely. He definitely stepped up. We saw vintage Matt Milano early in the game. It's like it's still there. It's still there, keeping him healthy. Obviously, I kept my expectations extremely low, made jokes about it with my buddies that I wanted to keep my expectations really low for Joey Bosa so that if he didn't do much of anything, then my heart wouldn't hurt, because I've always liked Joey Bosa. Like I've always, when he was with the Chargers, always liked him, but understanding what we've talked about, he had a lot of injury issues these last couple of years. But I loved the signing for the Bills. I just didn't want to make my expectations like they were for when we signed Vaughn, for example. I thought Vaughn was going to come in and blow the I can't say roof because there is no roof, but blow the skyline, just
300s.
Yeah, the 300s, just make the 300s explode. But Joey Bosa is the one that's making the 300s explode right now. Like I'm really happy for him, and I want him to be, managed well, stay healthy, and just crush it here. He seems like he's loving it here. He seems like he's really fitting in well with the guys. He's talked about it in almost every interview that they provided him, and he seems a little bit more outgoing than he was in previous seasons too, like as a personality. So I think it's great. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, he is. It is so fun watching him fall in love with Buffalo and see what it's all about. I mean, week 1, you could see it all over his face, just shock and awe and like happiness, like genuine happiness, waving goodbye to the Jets, in the early 3rd quarter.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, part of me is like, all right, this is the Bills, dude. And I'm 41. I've seen a lot of games. Like, let's wave when the clock says like 1 second left and we're up by 20.
Even when Eli Moore was doing the backflips, I'm like, man, that didn't even really feel right to me, but it was still funny.
It was cool. It was great.
Yeah, it was.
What a great moment for him, man. Getting being a Jet and then going in there and whooping on him, scoring a touchdown. Awesome, right? Like,
yep.
But yeah, I get real worried about that because the term Billsy gets thrown around quite a bit. And a Billsy thing would have been like broken ankle from being, doing backflips or doing something silly like that. I'm knocking on wood still, but like, those are the things that like miracle type, wide right type, 13-second type, like really embedded Bills fans are like, just wait.
Just wait till there's 3 zeros on the clock.
Yes.
Yeah, just
And do whatever you want, but just wait.
right.
So, any defensive downs for you from this game?
Defensive downs. Man, I would say it was his first action, so I don't want to be too harsh, but there's been some moments where Trey White in that game Sunday just looked a little behind the receiver, rather than in front of the receiver. The aggressiveness wasn't really where I wanted it to be for his first game back, but it wasn't his first game back at home. So maybe, just maybe, circle the wagons, as Chris Berman says, and we see Trey White playing a little bit juiced up, playing against the Dolphins. First game back at Highmark, active, more likely than not, I'd assume.
Yeah.
Could be better things to come for him, but there were some moments where he just looked like he wasn't really as aware of the routes as he, little rusty, I guess you could say. But I mean, all in all, I think the pressure was there. I think the number one target was pretty much shut down by Benford. And I think the defense is a work in progress. I'd like to think without their best defensive player from week one at Oliver, I thought they played fantastic. They only allowed 10 points, so not much to complain about.
Yeah, 100%, man. And there was a couple fun moments from Trey. You got that shot there on the sideline, skipping around, doing all that stuff. And that was cool. It was nice to see him happy, but like I agree. I think that there's still work to be done there, and I think he's still coming back from that injury a little bit. So
yeah,
I would think, I would agree with that. For me, man, injuries on the defensive side, like we need to start catching a break on some of this stuff. Matt Milano with what is apparently not too bad of a pec injury now. It's been such a treat to see him and Bernard finally like be able to be back there together. And now here we are, halfway through week 2, and he gets pulled because of an injury. And just, not that I don't think Dorian Williams is a stud, and I really like Dorian's play. But I just, the Mafia deserves to see Milano and Bernard back there, and I want to see it. Special team wise, real quick, rapid fire. I didn't have a whole lot of downs. I thought, man, I think this new coach, like the new special teams coordinator, is doing a fantastic job turning this around. But my up, Prater, man, Prater's automatic. I think Bass, if Prater wasn't 463 years old, Bass should be like very afraid. Like the dude's just automatic. He's absolutely automatic. I know he hasn't been tested from like 55 or 60, whatever, but like, dude, he goes out there and does his job, RT, I don't know if you've heard this before, but after week 1, I saw this tweet that said that Prater looks like what a cigarette would look like in human form. And it makes so much.
He reminds me of Nate Groff or whatever from the Replacements.
Yeah,
it's literally the kicker on the replay. He just takes a big long drag, and before he kicks the ball, and
stomps it out.
There's degenerates in the crowd.
Oh yeah, dude.
I love it. I love the Matt Prater mania that's been going on since that Baltimore comeback. But I've always liked Matt Prater. Like me and my buddy Eric, it was either me or him that would draft him in fantasy. And I actually went back to the first year of our league, which was on Yahoo, was in 2011. And I drafted him when he was in Denver, and he was in Arizona for a really long time. So yeah, I mean, he's been with Denver, Arizona, Detroit, Buffalo, I want to say. I think that's the order, maybe. Yeah. So God bless him. I think he's having a time of his life. Like, he gets to be a part of a Super Bowl contending team, wearing a jersey that he's got number 15. Like, a kicker wearing number 15 is just so weird to me. Like, it looks off, but it's right for Matt Prater's probably last stop in his career. But you mentioned, you bring up a great point. A lot of people are debating if he keeps drilling field goals, is there going to be a decision to be made here? Because prior to Bass's injury, they were looking at other kickers and stuff too, just to give him a little competition. And then they get Matt Prater, and Matt Prater has been dynamite. So, I think it's Bass's job still. I can't look at any one game that Bass missed a kick, and I thought that's why they lost. You could say the Kansas City game, but there was still playoff-wise, but there was still enough time for them to stop them and maybe get another drive in. So I don't know, but I am loving the human cigarette, Matt Prater.
It was just such a great comment, dude. And I was just like, wow, yeah. Like
I called him Dusty Toe when he kicked the 52-yarder. I was like, Dusty Toe drills it through for 52, and my dad just lost it. He's like, Dusty Toe, where the hell do you come up with that? I'm like, dude, he looks like he's just half in the bag. Nigel Gruff, that was it.
Yeah,
I got the last name right. I couldn't remember the first name,
Alan.
Alan.
Alan helping you out here.
Yeah, that was a great movie. But
Patty,
they're not going to cut Bass.
Yeah. I mean, same thing Pat's saying here. And yeah, we know that, man. I mean, you just can't. But I will say this, that you cannot ignore the fact that your stomach hasn't had that little, like, ever since the first kick in the Baltimore game, like, not even the game winner, the first kick when you came out and you're like, let's see what this little guy's got, man. And he drills it. You're like, okay. And then he drills an extra point. You're like, okay. And then after that, I didn't worry about Matt. I had the least amount of nerves than I ever have in a game winner situation. Then when Matt Pratt, like when he was sitting there, I'm like, he's gonna get this. Like, I'm pushing
no huddle field goal too. Like that was hard.
It was a fire drill. But like, I'm sitting there thinking, like, I'm trying to push that thought out of my head because I'm like, that's not like, you can't think that. You can't think this is automatic because that's exactly when a doink happens. That's exactly when a block had. That block was damn close to happening. And it's like, this is the Bills. You can't think that. But I really was like, I think if Bass was kicking out, I would have been more nervous because I've seen him doing so many extras, So that's the thing that, like, I don't know. Also, he's old enough to where, like, where's he going to be week 8? Where's he going to be week 14? Like, is he going to get tired? Is it like, and not to be like that. If the dude's drilling field goals, good on him, dude. Keep it going. But we know that this isn't going to be like, extend them for 5 years,
Like if there's any, I will say this to counter Pat's point, if there's any position that could challenge Tom Brady's 23 years, it's the kicker position. Like Gary Anderson, Morton Anderson, all these, kickers. Vinatieri kicked for forever. So if he's making field goals, he's gonna have a job somewhere. That they're hard to come by, so whether it's for Bass or not, I'm wondering if when Bass comes back, do they put Prater on the practice squad and keep him in case Bass re-injures something or whatever. That's a possibility.
They did say like the type of injury that Bass has, man, is like one that could affect his swing. Like, it could be more of a problem. It could be like what we saw with like a Dan Carpenter, where Dan came in and he was automatic for like the first season and then got smoked by Richard Sherman and then was like never the same. Like you just couldn't trust him. And like that margin of error for kickers is so small, but like the difference between hitting 92% of your kicks and 79% of your kicks is very apparent when you're a fan watching the game. Like you don't think, you don't see them all the time, but when you're up there and you're missing,
they're glaring. Yes.
Like what's going on?
Bass wasn't missing, wasn't missing 58-yard field goals, which is crazy. He was missing short chip shots and point after attempts. After attempts, like if you're in the NFL, a point after attempt, few guys should miss a PAT, like if any,
I'll tell you, man, in the last 3-4 years, so many. I don't ever remember seeing this many point afters missed, like in the late 90s, early 2000s, even mid 2000s. But across the league, guys are missing point afters, and I'm like, how are you even on a team? Like, like what?
20-yard chip shot. I even as a joke, almost blew my hamstring out doing it, but I kicked a 30-yard field goal.
Oh shit! That's pretty good.
Yeah,
man.
I literally like duffed it and kicked it, and it was like a knuckler. I'm like, that's not Matt Prater. That was like Ryan
Wow.
Lindell. Yeah.
RT, man, it's 9:30. I know I've kept you here for an hour. We haven't even talked about the next game. You good for like another little bit or no?
I'm good.
All right,
Let's
cool,
roll.
man. Let's go. Let's
Fire
go.
it up. Fire
Guys,
it up.
we're gonna push on here and talk a little bit about this matchup we got coming on primetime day after tomorrow. A short week, a short turnaround. The Miami Dolphins are coming to town. Here's a little our lads roster chart here.
Woof.
Woof is right. Mike McDaniels, man. Let's talk just for a second about this dude, man. Like,
We love talking about Mike McDaniel. We've done this before.
what is going on with this guy? Like, I know, like, it's so funny to see people being like, well, like his comments aren't really like charming or funny anymore. And like,
They never were, man.
They weren't back then when he was being a dick. Like now you're losing, and you're like, well, geez, he's not like. Well, the object of the game is to win the game, and obviously we didn't win the game. So what we want to do is win. It's like a Madden take, like I don't know. It's just gnarly. What I don't even know where to start because they're so bad, and I'm not a jinx. I'm not a jinxing kind of guy, but RT, tell me, what is your take on what the Miami offense can put together against our defense? Like, what do we have to do to just completely take care of business this weekend?
To be honest with you, a lot of people have gotten this wrong. So I'm stating something that I really hold in my heart for the Dolphins. Like, I love to analyze every single football team, without any bias or fandom. It's hard sometimes. I want to see the Dolphins lose every single week, because they're the Bills' rival. But if there's the best player on the Miami Dolphins hasn't been Tyreek Hill the last 2 or 3 years. It's been Devin A-Chain. So that's the guy that I think could wreck a game really at any point. The question is, there's got to be a little bit of an effectiveness from Tua. And that kind of is a caveat, because sometimes Tua is effective and sometimes he is 100% not effective. And he needs to rely on A-Chain a little bit more, I think, in certain situations, compared to knowing that he's got to force feed Tyreek Hill with a little bit of Stephon Diggs type stuff in his ear, Tyreek knowing that he wants to get the targets. So the way the team is made up is literally a contradiction, because they don't have an effective quarterback, but they have an extremely effective running back that, with a good quarterback, he'd be even better as a, run game opens up the pass game type thing. And Tyreek Hill is an athlete, but he's not the wideout that he was in KC on Miami. So it's like fitting a square peg in a round hole. It just doesn't work. It's just not. It's not gelling. It's not fitting. And Mike McDaniel, to your point, is not one to recognize that. He wants to keep trying with the same old band, try to play with the same old tunes, and the tunes have been played already. You know what I mean? Like, it's been figured out. So I really question just where they're at as a franchise, and I honestly think falling 0-3, falling to 0-3, in Orchard Park, Old Orchard, would start the discussion of McDaniel being fired, would start the discussion of Tua being benched, potentially for Zach Wilson, and it could really change their entire season. And I don't think that's really crazy. And that's just their offense. Their defense is the worst in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even, they lost a very close game to the New England Patriots. On paper, if you looked at the teams, Miami is better on paper than the Patriots, at least in my opinion, with the talent that they have offensively and the weapons that Tua's got. but New England more of a sound team. That Miami is just not a fundamentally sound team. So Darren Waller brought back, like it's a lot. It's a lot to look at and say that they're a threat. That's my take on it.
I 100% agree with you. I really started thinking about this earlier in the week, and it kind of is reminiscent of Kaepernick to me. Like that whole style of play that has really taken over the NFL. When it was brought in, nobody knew how to stop it. Nobody knew what was going on. I mean, it got him into the Super Bowl, you know. But it was very short lived. Like within a season, teams started figuring it out. And and then, you know, I know politics and all that other stuff aside, Kaepernick's not in the league because he can't play in the league. He couldn't play in the league anymore. And
he was benched. He was benched well before
all the other stuff happened.
Yep.
And you know, we have seen women beaters and felons and even vehicular manslaughter. We have seen teams put aside crimes and different all sorts of different things in the pursuit of winning and washing it away. If Kaepernick could have played, I really believe he would have played. But that's that. I'm not trying to get whatever on that. So to liken that to this, filling a whole team with speedsters, it worked for a while, man. It's a Wild West gun show. Let Tua just sling it wherever he wanted to the fastest guys in the NFL. Teams have figured it out. It's over. You might hit on a shot here and there. I think without growing and changing and evolving with this league, you are gone. Like, you are absolutely gone. And I think that's where Mike McDaniels is right now. And that's where this team full of Stephon Diggs-like personality, like Tyreek's not the only one. Like, there is a lot of players on that team.
A-Chain is too. Yeah, he likes the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, defensively, I mean, Chubb last year saying, like nobody believed in the team. But it was different this year. It's this the locker room, you know, we just didn't, you know, nobody was on the same page. We didn't really believe in like what was going on. And now we're good. And it's like, you guys look worse than ever. Like, and it doesn't make sense because you have all this talent, right? And you know, that'll go back to the culture part of things again for me and all that other stuff. Right. So I mean, I'm right there with you. I just don't know what they do other than like they're kind of a dangerous team because they got a chip on their shoulder and they're trying to get their first win, and to get that win in Buffalo against the division opponent. Sure. Don't sleep on them by any means, but literally play them the same way you've played them for the last 6 matchups. Like, I don't know what else to say to you. You know, like they don't have anything special, I don't think, up their sleeve. You got to try to stop Achane, and you got to make sure Tyreek doesn't slip out too long.
Sure.
If you rack Tua a couple times, you're good. That's where I'm at with it. So, flipping over to the other side of the ball, we just talked about how the defense is one of the worst in the league, if not the worst in the league. But what do you want to see out of the Bills offensively going into Thursday?
Honestly, I want to see Josh Allen be Josh Allen to the Miami Dolphins. You know, the visor will help. I'm definitely assuming that he's going to be wearing a clear visor because the game's at night, right? That's okay. I'm just throwing that out there. He definitely should have a clear visor on.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, because I always thought like they couldn't have, like quarterbacks specifically couldn't have tinted visors because the league saw it as a disadvantage to the defense because they couldn't see his eyes. Like anybody, like any quarterback in the league. I thought that
you know who they came down on really hard for that, and he was like, whatever, was Doug Flutie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when he went to San Diego, he was like, I'm not used to the sun out here. Like, I need a shaded visor. And they were like, okay. And then he threw for like 380, and then they were like, no. And he's like, whatever. And he just wore a clear one after that. But yeah, Dougie Fresh, I like to call him.
Everybody in the league wanted to put Doug in a corner, man. Jesus.
Yeah.
It's
It's like
short.
the guy is at a disadvantage enough. He's 5'6" barely. Just let him wear the visor. Yeah, that was really a huge deal at the time. But yeah, to my point, just let Josh Allen be Josh. Let him do his thing. I would say I do want to see Buffalo spread the ball around a lot. Like the teams that are really dangerous right now, Green Bay, that I've watched, their two of their games. Jordan Love was able to find multiple different receivers. I want to see Khalil Shakir. I want to see Josh Palmer. I want to see Kincaid. I talked about that, earlier in the show. I think they're getting there, him and Allen, but I want to see Kincaid and Allen really connect. And I think that the linebacking core, Tyrell Dodson out there, former Buffalo Bill, maybe Josh Allen will target that a little bit, knowing what Dodson kind of brings to the table in terms of his lack of man coverage kind of ability. He's playing the role for Miami that, Dorian Williams plays better than he did. You know what I mean? Because we still had Matt Milano. So Tyrell Dodson was more Milano's backup. So maybe target him. And other than that, I mean, the only guy that could really test you deep is Minkah Fitzpatrick. Another guy that Josh Allen knows very well is Rasul Douglas, who's on this team. So a lot of familiar pieces that have been on Miami and actually Buffalo that Josh Allen could kind of, pick apart, try to expose a little bit in certain matchups. Keon Coleman, man, I'm on that train. I'm hopping on. If whoever wants to be the conductor, I'll be right there. You know what I mean? He's starting to really scare teams. I believe it. I think his skill set is you want to talk about like Baltimore light. I think he's Mike Evans light. Keon Coleman, Mike Evans light. Yeah. Yep. So clip it. Mike Evans light. Keon Coleman for sure. Yep.
I love it, man. I love it. I'm thinking down a similar vein. I want a nice balanced attack. I know we don't want to talk about being balanced, but like with Jimbo cooking the way he is, I think he is 4th in the league right now in rushing. Stat wise, I don't think any of them give a damn really too much about it as long as they're winning. But I could see him putting up another 100-yard day, and then I could see Josh getting back to where he was and throwing that ball around and really putting a cushion up before the third quarter again. And you might see old Joshy sitting by the halfway through the third into the fourth quarter on this one again. And I'm all about it. But it would be nice just to see some more some more distribution of the ball in the passing game, and just I want everybody to be comfortable and everybody to I don't know, just everybody. If everybody's going to eat, I want
everybody's going to eat. I want everybody eating every week. I want a full belly, after the game's over.
Yeah. It could be leaning one way or the other a little bit, but I don't want, no more sub 200-yard games.
Leave a little dessert for Ray Davis too. He could use some sugar. He'll be all right. I'm not worried.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
I just want to see with all that talk in the preseason about is James going to sign? Is James not going to sign? What's going on? Well, Ray Davis could probably just take it over. And now I'm looking at Ray Davis and it's like, maybe he couldn't now, not right at the beginning of the season. Not saying he could eventually, but maybe not.
There's a reason that James Cook is the first running back to get a second contract in the Brandon Beane era.
Yeah.
Right. That's it. You either are or you're not, and he is. Mm-hmm. So he's 176 through 2 weeks. It's not bad. I'll take that all day long.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep.
All right, man. Let's go. X Factor score predictions. And dealer's choice, man. You want me to go first or do you want to go first?
You take it. You take the mantle.
All right, here we go. X Factor for me this week. I am going to go on the offensive side of the ball. I think I've been riding the defense here for the last 2 weeks. For me, I want to see Shakir. I want to see some Shakir over the middle. I think he's going to have a 70-yard game, and I'm going to call a 2-tutty day.
Ooh.
Mr. Khalil Shakir. This is his, hey, I'm still a guy on this team and I still know what I'm doing game. And I'm good with it. So put him in your fantasy leagues if you want, especially if you're, playing in Guillotine against me this week. Please put him in. No,
I will. He is on my team in the K-Gun League.
See,
He's going to be starting. He's ready.
I am feeling very good about Khalil Shakir this week.
Nice.
Score-wise, I was a little bummed. I called him in the 40s. I think they would have made it again if they did, but I'll do this. Keeping in mind that Josh is going to be benched in the 4th, we'll say 35-10. That's where I'm at. Big old Bills Buffalo win at home in prime time. Nice, easy Thursday night going into your Friday to end your week.
All right. I'm going to go X Factor. See, I did offense the first 2 weeks. I'm going to go defense, and I'm going defense because we mentioned, the quarterback that is of the Miami Dolphins, Tua. We know what he is. We know what he's not. And we know that the script is with Tua that if you pressure him early and if you get him a little frustrated, he panics. That's what he does. He throws the ball to the other team in the most crucial situations in a game repeatedly. I've never seen anything like it, to be quite honest. But he always finds a way. And that's durability issues aside. This is one of the best depth front fours in the NFL. We didn't even have Ed Oliver last week, and that front four looked like they didn't miss a beat. I know we're playing the Jets. I know the Jets are not that good. I'll throw that out there too. But
Rooks look good. Them rookies look good.
Yeah, the rookies look good. They
look good.
Yes. So my X factor, I'm going Joey Bosa. Honestly, we talked about him, and I've seen there's moments where he's been closer to a quarterback, and that quarterback might run away from him. Maybe the wheels aren't what they were for Joey Bosa. He had the knee injury, right? But Tua is so bad in terms of his second move in the pocket. He is one of the worst quarterbacks when pressured. He'll either turtle or he will try to throw it away, and he's left-handed, so he'll only look to the left side. My memory serving me right, I think Joey Bosa is going to have a pick in this game. I think he could have an interception off of Tua in this game. If Ed Oliver's in the middle and the pocket collapses, Tua steps up, Joey Bosa's right there to get that pick. And I think that would be utterly hilarious if this comes true. We could clip this. I would love for it to come true, but make 97, a jersey potentially that you might be ordering this Christmas season.
I like it, man. I like it a lot. Let's see here. We got a couple predictions. Our good boy, Mr. Patrick Hughes here, has a special little prediction for you guys, so I want to throw that up.
What's up, Bills Mafia? K-Gun, Buff Pandemonium. Well, it's the 1-year anniversary of the SpaghettiOs this week against the Dolphins, so I don't see any reason why we shouldn't continue. Power of the O's, baby. Score prediction. Bills 40, Dolphins 10. Let's go.
Well, let's go indeed.
Let's go.
I like it, man. 1 year since we started doing this SpaghettiO thing. Let's hope this is the last year. No, it's fun, man, and I'm glad it kind of came out like organically. And dude, the only reason cold SpaghettiOs, I hate cold SpaghettiOs.
Oh, it was disgusting.
Well,
I tried, and I couldn't do it.
Welcome to it.
Oh man.
But the power of the O's do prevail, man.
What is it that will end it when the Bills win the Super Bowl? Is that what will end the power of the O's? Like you said,
I don't know, man, it might quadruple it. Like, I don't think it's gonna end. If we're winning, it's not ending, and I'm fine with it. Like, the match, I will do whatever I need to do is my K-Gun duty. But
I
yeah,
just don't want to eat them cold, man. That's
videos.
not. I don't
We
like
went to that-
anything cold other than pizza. That's it.
we went to the that Niners game last year. Me and Scooter and my boy Chad, and we met Corey there, and Cookie came up with us and all that stuff, and we were doing the SpaghettiO thing, but I made him warm it up for me on the camp stove because I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
But bigger men than me,
Mhm.
Power of the O's, I'm there for it. I mean, it's such a fun thing, and it makes me laugh every single week. So, guys, if you don't know, we also have our kid in the street, Mr. Eli Wynn, with Eli's Winning Lockdown, and he's got himself a special question for you right now.
Hey, welcome to Eli's Winning Lockdown. This Thursday at 8:15 p.m., Bills versus Dolphins. The fish, I say, we squish them and move on with our day. It's all three phases, way the fundamentals. It will be like they chuck their O's and will be good to go. In the words of a guy named Mike, to win games, you have to win the game. Honestly, that is how you lose the game. Hold on, Swank. I'm getting something. Breaking news! The Dolphins fans have called a fan-only meeting to discuss Tua turning the ball over. Stay tuned for more. Prediction 41-27. Bills win. That's critical. Shout out to Thermos Thomas and Grape Davis. Can't wait to see how their glorious adventure ends. Almond butter. And as always, peace.
What a kid.
He's an animal, dude. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, he's a character, man.
He just he's all that stuff. It was funny because he sends the video in, and then Jerry adds like all the transitions and all that music and stuff, and he was just like, what's almond butter mean? And like Lori's like trying to explain it to him in the comments, and like I had no idea, but it's like some just like TikTok trending something, some video like the kids get and whatever. I sound very old right now. The kids understand the TikTok.
The kids know the trends these days.
Yeah. But I mean, that's
they do.
Yeah, they do. And he not only knows his age appropriate trends, but also like all those little nods to stuff that's happened within the last 2 days. Like Mike McDonald's press conferences. It's awesome.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Yeah, it's great. Nice job, Eli. That's our kid in the street. And if you bet Eli's picks, you will win money. Everyone, he's on more than he's off. You will come out better than even at the end of the year. I swear to God. So, Lori, you are old. Yes, I am. You're absolutely. It's from Bill's social media. Oh, it's the crazy clip one. That's
okay.
Well,
I thought
clip.
that. I was, yeah.
Those are beyond me too, a little bit. I'm sorry. I'm just getting to that age where like I don't get it. I mean, I watch them and I'm like, huh. Nah, whatever. But Corey, Lori, aren't you old? I don't think so.
Nah.
Lori, destroy him. Guys, we're up over 1,000 viewers. Thank you guys so much. We did go over. It's about an hour and a half show. RT, thank you so much for popping in at last minute and helping me out. Of
course. I thought, you know what? Why don't I finish the day strong? I hit every tree that you could think of while golfing. Like every single one. I was just hitting them to the left, to the right. I'm like, man, I feel like I'm playing NCAA college football and I need to kick a field goal. This is not good. This is not good. So yeah. So jokes
Phelps,
aside,
they call
always
that.
ready. What do they call that?
I said in Phelps they call that swank golf.
Oh, okay. So it's playing a little RT/swank golf. I won't give myself that much credit. I don't know what it is. I've been off lately. I was doing really good, and then I didn't play for like 2 weeks, and it's like I forgot how to play. It's just
It happens, man.
yeah, it's too much, man. Too much of a hobby.
Yeah.
You know?
I was just talking with my father because we've been trying to go. I have not gone out since my car accident, which has been like 6 years ago, and I've been trying to
Oh,
go out
wow.
for like the last couple of years. And my father-in-law and my wife and we all want to go out, but I want to find a driving range around here. Like they all kind of disappeared, I don't know what happened to that whole thing. But anyway, Sarah and I were talking about it, and I'm like, the craziest thing about golf is like you can hit a stride and you can feel good for a hole, and you can be like, I got this thing all figured out. And then you can drive the next hole and just shank it into the woods like 20 feet in front of you, but 80 yards west. You know what I mean? And you're like, what did I do different? Like I felt better and calmer and more confident, and I shanked the hell out of it. And I'm like, and then you're sitting there like, well, drop your shoulder and move your foot and make sure the club face is facing this way and put it inside your back foot and blah, 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 and swing through and blah, 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 and stare at the ball. And you think about this 80 item checklist and still shank it. And then you get pissed off and you go up for the
Man, I couldn't.
just well it and it goes straight. And you're like, I don't know what the hell's going on in this game, dude.
I hit a ball today, probably, and you're gonna laugh hysterically. I hit a ball probably 250 yards today that didn't go in the air. Like it didn't. It literally hit the ground like the whole way. Just kept going and bouncing, and I'm like, have I hit a ball that far without it like going in the air? And
Worm
my buddy,
burner.
yeah, my buddy Carson was like, yeah, that was a line drive. I'm like, D.D. Gregorius, that's how I played golf. No home runs, just line drives, consistent. It was ridiculous.
It's fine. Hey, everybody's got a style, man.
Yeah.
I'll take a 250-yard drive, no problem.
Yeah.
That's fine. How you man, let's do a final thought. Please sign off and let these guys know where to find you. And again, thank you so much. Get the hell out of you, RT. And
yes, anytime. So yeah, final thoughts. Week 3, Thursday night football. I'm only a fan of Thursday night football when the Buffalo Bills are playing. I'll watch any football game, but when the Bills are playing on Thursday night, it's really the only Thursday night game worth watching for me. Like I can skip the Jaguars and Bengals or whatever game that they might choose. Usually the matchups aren't that good for Thursday night is my point. So I'm going to go Bills, in a dominant fashion. Didn't give a score prediction. So I'm going to go 38-13. That's going to be my score prediction. Buffalo getting that dub 3-0. I'll be profiling the game, diving into it tomorrow night at 8. Thomas Take Sports Podcast, my 10th season, as I mentioned, covering the team. So I've really enjoyed it. Had a real awesome opportunity to meet some great people. Of course, Swank, Scott, Jared, you boys are at the top of the list. So I really appreciate anytime you guys, need me to hop on, barring my availability. Of course, if I'm free, I'm on. You know what I mean? So that's the way the cookie crumbles, as Jim Carrey once said in Bruce Almighty. But yeah, Thomas Take Sports Podcast, man. Wednesdays at 8, Buffalo fan base. Would love to see y'all there tomorrow night.
Hell yeah, do it up, man. Follow my boy RT everywhere. He's on the YouTubes, he's on the tweeters, he's everywhere, man. And great takes as always.
Thank you.
Longest friend, absolute longest friend in this live stream podcasting world. So appreciate the hell out of you, dude. Guys, enjoy every minute of this. I say it every week, but we know that these good times can't last forever. So while we're living in them, just eat it all up, man. I expect a completely dominant performance. I expect an easy going, fun, beer drinking, wing eating Thursday night and a really happy victory Friday. That's where I'm going on it with a big win. To go 3-0 in the conference the first 3 weeks and 2-0 in the division, like beating the Baltimore Ravens and hoping against all that is good and evil and beautiful in this universe that the Chiefs just go 0-3. There's just so much to be thankful for heading into week 3 of this beautiful NFL season. Guys, you can catch us right here every single Tuesday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the K-Gun Report on the Buffalo Fanbase Network, sponsored by 26 Shirts. Go check them out, please. Also, you can check myself and RT and our boy Scooter Magooter out an hour and a half before kickoff on Thursday night for Sunday session.
Yes.
And we'll give you all of our last minute takes, and we get the inactive list right as we go on. It's a quick half hour. It's fun, and
love it.
Off the official kickoff show of the Buff fan base, man. Can't go wrong. So with that said, it's 10 o'clock. You got an hour and a half out of Swank and RT. Wow. It's like bonus footage at the end of a movie, man.
Bonus. Special features.
Yeah, dude.
Remember those?
Rings. Yeah, I do. We just did a Lord of the Rings director's cut live stream right now. So.
Yes. Yep. Return of the King. Return of the King. Hey, Corey. Up here. Up here. Return of the King.
All right, guys. With that, good night. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go